In a shocking turn of events that set the entire NBA world on fire, reports have surfaced that Kevin Durant has officially rejected the opportunity to reunite with Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Yes, you heard that right. The two-time Finals MVP, the man who once helped the Warriors create one of the most unstoppable dynasties in NBA history, reportedly turned down a potential reunion that could have shaken the entire basketball world to its core. Sources close to the situation revealed that the Warriors front office quietly reached out to Durant's camp earlier this offseason, exploring the possibility of bringing the superstar forward back to the Bay Area. It was supposed to be the storybook comeback, Durant returning to team up with Steph Curry once again, chasing one last championship together. But according to insiders, Durant wasn't interested. He made it clear that his time with Golden State is in the past, and he's ready to carve out his own legacy elsewhere. This rejection didn't just stun fans, it stunned the Warriors organization itself. Reports suggest that several front office members believed there was at least a small chance Durant would entertain the idea of reuniting with his former teammate, especially considering the Warriors' recent struggles and their need for a scoring wing who could reignite their title hopes. And let's be honest, the idea of Durant back in a Warriors jersey with Curry running the floor had fans buzzing. The internet exploded with fan-made photoshops, KD to the Warriors Part 2 theories, and trade package predictions. Some fans even speculated that Curry himself was open to the reunion, thinking it could restore the dynasty that once dominated the NBA. But apparently, Durant wasn't having it. Insiders claim that Durant's rejection wasn't just about basketball, it was about closure. He reportedly told those close to him that while he respects Curry, Klay Thompson, and the Warriors system, going back would feel like taking a step backward in his career. Durant is said to be focused on cementing his legacy as a leader, not as someone returning to his old comfort zone. According to sources, KD's decision hit Curry harder than most people realize. Curry has always been the ultimate teammate, humble, unselfish, and focused on winning above all else. He's spoken publicly about his appreciation for Durant and how much he respected what they accomplished together from 2016 to 2019. Behind closed doors, Curry reportedly hoped that Durant might consider one last run together, especially after the Warriors' recent postseason disappointment. But Curry's reaction to Durant's rejection? Pure class. Sources say that while he was disappointed, he wasn't angry. Instead, Curry understands Durant's desire to control his own narrative. He knows what it's like to have people constantly question your success and whether it's tied to other players. For Curry, it's all love, but make no mistake, this whole situation reignited his competitive fire. One source close to the team said Steph wanted to prove he could win without KD, and he did that in 2022. But deep down, he also knows that adding Durant again could have given them one last super team run. Now that KD's turned that down, don't be surprised if Steph comes back next season on a mission. Meanwhile, the Warriors are left facing some tough questions. With their dynasty core aging and young players like Jonathan Kuminga still developing, Golden State has been searching for a way to stay relevant in the Western Conference. A Durant reunion could have been the perfect spark, but now, it's back to the drawing board. And as if things couldn't get any more dramatic, we now turn to the other headline that's rocking the Warriors' locker room: the insider report that Draymond Green could actually be on the trade block. That's right, Draymond Green, the emotional heart and soul of the Warriors, might not be safe this offseason. According to several league insiders, the Warriors' front office has quietly discussed the possibility of moving on from Draymond, particularly if they fail to make any big improvements before the season starts. His fiery personality, locker room intensity, and polarizing style of play have always been both his biggest strengths and weaknesses. But after another season filled with controversy and inconsistent play, the front office might be running out of patience. So how did Steph Curry react to all this Draymond trade talk? Well, according to multiple insiders, Curry is conflicted. On one hand, he understands the business side of basketball. He knows that at this stage in his career, every decision the Warriors make has to be about maximizing the final years of his prime. But on the other hand, Draymond isn't just a teammate to him, he's family. They've gone through everything together: championships, heartbreaks, and controversies. One insider close to the locker room revealed that when Curry first heard the trade rumors, he was visibly frustrated. He reportedly asked the front office for clarity, wanting to know whether there was any truth behind the rumors. And while the Warriors haven't confirmed anything publicly, there's a growing sense that big changes could be on the horizon. What's really fueling the speculation is the fact that Draymond's contract situation and his relationship with certain teammates have reportedly become more complicated over the last year. Remember, this is the same Draymond who punched Jordan Poole during a team practice, an incident that reportedly fractured team chemistry for months. Even though Draymond has since apologized and tried to move forward, some in the organization still feel his presence brings unnecessary drama. And with players like Kuminga and Moses Moody emerging, the Warriors might be ready to turn the page. Trading Draymond would be a seismic move, but it could also open the door to a new era, one focused on youth, development, and possibly bringing in another star through a package deal. As for Curry, he's reportedly torn. He knows that if Draymond leaves, it'll mark the end of an era, the final chapter of the original Big Three that changed basketball forever. But Steph is also determined to keep the Warriors competitive. If moving Draymond helps the team retool around him, he might reluctantly accept it. According to one anonymous executive, Steph loves Draymond. But he's also realistic. He knows you can't win titles on loyalty alone. If the front office thinks they can get a player who fits better next to him and Klay, he won't stand in the way. This internal tension is creating an uneasy atmosphere around Golden State. Fans are divided. Some believe Draymond's leadership is irreplaceable, while others think his outbursts and declining athleticism are holding the team back. The debate is fierce. Should the Warriors stay loyal to the guys who built their dynasty, or should they move on and rebuild before it's too late? Meanwhile, Durant's rejection only adds to the chaos. Imagine this. The Warriors could have had a shot at reuniting the trio that dominated the league from 2016 to 2019. Curry, Durant, and Green back together, it would have been the biggest comeback story in NBA history. But now, that door seems permanently closed. Durant's decision has reportedly added tension between him and Draymond too. Remember, those two had their fair share of issues back in 2018, the infamous on-court argument that many believe pushed Durant to leave the Warriors in the first place. Some insiders believe that old wounds never truly healed, and that's part of why Durant refused to come back. And now, with Draymond's future uncertain, the Warriors might be heading into the most unpredictable off-season they'd had in years. Curry is reportedly focused and locked and determined to make one final title push before the window officially closes. But he can't do it alone. The front office needs to make the right moves, whether that means trading Draymond, re-signing Klay to a team-friendly deal, or finding a new star to pair with Steph. The clock is ticking for Golden State. Every decision they make this offseason will determine the next chapter of their legacy. Durant's rejection might just be the spark that forces the franchise to finally make bold, uncomfortable choices. And here's the wildest part: some insiders believe that if Draymond is traded, Curry might subtly shift his loyalty away from the old dynasty and embrace a new core built around younger players. He's already shown support for Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody in team meetings, calling them the future of the franchise. That could be a sign that Steph is preparing for the next phase with or without his longtime running mate. No matter how you look at it, the Warriors are standing at a crossroads. Will they double down on the core that made them legendary, or will they finally embrace change and build something new? One thing's for sure: whatever happens next, Steph Curry's reaction will define it all.